Party started with the adoption of the Australian ballot in the late 19th century. This is one of the lifelines of the two-party stranglehold of the system. Then in 1974 was the Federal Election Campaign Act was introduced. Was an outright subsidy of the major parties. It places strict limits on campaigns' contributions, subsidizing the D's and R's, conventions, and filling the tills of the major party candidates. FEC further protected the two-party system. Well, I like to focus on more of how do we fix it. Here at Free and Equal Elections, what we are truly the grassroots organization that's here to unite the grassroots movement from across the political spectrum to reform the electoral system throughout the United States.
All right.
How do we start off? Well, let's organize a debate. In 2008, after I worked as a National Ballot Access Coordinator for Ralph Nader, I decided to, in 24 hours, literally, it was a day to put this together. At the Mayflower Institute, we had Ralph Nader and Chuck Baldwin, the Constitution Party. We held a debate and aired live on C-SPAN 2 nationwide. It was the #1 viewed politically archived video of the 2008 season for C-SPAN.
Nice.
So, a couple weeks ago, it's actually a supporter that emailed me and said, I want to see a debate, and it just stemmed from there. And next thing you know, we hosted this debate moderated by Larry King. Larry King, we got over, some say millions of viewers, some say 10 million viewers. We were top 10 trending on Twitter. We changed not only the dialogue here in the United States, but worldwide. We had Al Jazeera to RT America. I had interviews with Swedish, Switzerland, Spain, Germany, the biggest newspaper in Iran, Israel, all these different media outlets from all around the world. And my favorite question asked at the presidential debates was about the Federal Reserve.
Yeah!
All 4 candidates at our presidential debate agreed that the Federal Reserve must be audited at the very least, if not put an end to the Federal Reserve.
Yeah. Wow.
One of our other big defeats, which is so much bigger than the November election, because honestly I foresee Obama was going to win a long time ago. Our system is rigged, and I don't even think the Republican Party, there's a disconnect between parties and campaigns, I've learned being on the inside, and some arguably, and I believe them, the Republican Party potentially falling short so they can come back and save the day in 16 and government will still grow. Blame everything on the Democrats. This is how the parties work. While I didn't focus much on November, we defeated in Arizona one of the biggest threats of the electoral process ever, called Top 2. And it's actually trying to spread here in Arkansas. I spoke to the newspaper yesterday and he's like, what do you think of Top 2? It's great, right? No, it's the biggest threat to our electoral system, and what it means, the money behind it, the Warren Buffett, the Rockefeller, the Rothschild. It means only the top 2 vote getters in the primary will be on the ballot for the general election. It's passed in California, Washington State, it's Louisiana-style politics have had for over 30 years, in which only one incumbent has been knocked out of office. Fortunately, in Arizona, we united, held a panel discussion at the Goldwater Institute. It was facilitated by the president of the League of Women Voters, Barbara Klein, and we had the chair of the executive director of the Democratic Party sitting at the Goldwater Institute. He even commented, I can't believe I'm here. But, from the Republican, Libertarians, and Greens all coming together against the initiative, I was on the panel too, we defeated Top 2 by a 2-1 margin in Arizona. Top 121. I was actually election night at Adam's studio, co-hosting there, and he's like, what happened? Top 2, and it was just like the happiest moment. I'm such a dork of the year for me. And of course, we've helped, with Free and Equal and our sister company, Free and Equal Inc., we've helped gather well over 1 million signatures to get candidates across the spectrum on the ballot. Even Democrats, Republicans, not controlled by private interest money, I've seen them wrongfully knocked off the ballot over and over again. Greens, Socialist Equality Party, Libertarians, and so on. So we have 2 major problems here, going back to the Federal Reserve. The private Federal Reserve, which prints debt-based money into oblivion and devalues our currency, and the politicians, puppets, who refuse to discuss solutions outside of their corporate sphere of influence. And I commend Mark Daniels for finding me. I had dozens of requests in the last couple weeks and I couldn't even speak 2 days ago, and his persistence, and he just rubbed our whole team the right way 100%, and always there. He never gave up, and here I am today, and
way to go, Mark!
And boy, we're definitely going to be working here even more with all these leaders. For Mark Daniels, positive energy, these leaders. I hope to be, we have Free and Equal Caucus leaders spreading all around the country, and you know, Dugan, hearing him interview, and I've learned so much from him, even more, and David Shido, I know I got that right, that last name. So with the founder of In the Fed, I look forward to working with him. And of course, you know, Adam Kokesh, thank you so much for coming. Adam,